Mind reading present. How to succeed away and make him miss you. Hello everyone. Thank you for visiting our channel. We hope that all of you are always under God's protection and always given health to keep the spirit of running your life and activities. In this video, we will share ways to succeed despite being far apart and making him miss you. First, let's discuss the importance of maintaining quality communication and how this can strengthen your emotional bond. Next, we'll look at how to increase attractiveness by staying active and positive in your life. These are just a few examples of the strategies we'll cover in this video, so be sure to watch until the end. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss other useful content. Thanks for watching. Once you realize your man is starting to drift away, you should be ready to move away and make him miss you. At least, that's what everyone keeps telling you. It seems that the best way to get a man to come back to you is to stay away from him. Apparently, once you give him space, he'll be drawn back to you. Should you try this tactic, or will this be a big mistake? Will you ultimately win or lose? And does this dating advice really have you to follow? You will find all the answers you are looking for if you keep watching this video. There are certain times when you have to stay away from a guy for him to miss you. In such situations, taking a step back is your best option. This will make him see that there is a chance that he loses the best woman in his life if he does not step up his game. It also lets you pay attention to all the little things that matter most in any romantic relationship. In the end, if you don't see him making any changes, you'll know that it's time for you to do your own thing and leave. Someone who doesn't appreciate you. Your love life shouldn't have a negative impact on your well-being. It's one thing you should always keep in mind. So, if you see these things happening, step away and make him miss you. If he doesn't change his behavior, then he doesn't even deserve to call you his own. Number 1. When he starts to underestimate you. The first time a guy starts showing you that he underestimates you, it's not a good sign. The treatment you deserve will be replaced by treatment you shouldn't. He will start ignoring you because he believes that you will never leave him. She may think you'll tolerate her mistakes because you're already in love with her. But even if deep down you feel that he is your soulmate, never let him treat you less than you deserve. You are a strong and wonderful woman, worthy of love, and any man should be aware of it. Let her see that you can always find a new man who will respect you no matter what you have. He will be a man who will not treat you like a toy and will always remind you of his love. Once he starts belittling you, you have to show him that you're not afraid to take matters into your own hands. You're not afraid to stay away from him if it can make him miss you. And even if he doesn't come back, at least you'll know that he was the one who lost you, and not the other way around. Number 2. When he starts ignoring you. One day, she'll forget to reply to your messages for hours when her phone is always with her. The next day, you won't hear from him. As time goes by, his abandonment game will get stronger and your self-esteem will get lower and lower. And the more time passes, the worse your feelings will get. When a guy starts ignoring you, it usually means he's lost interest in you. In this case, there are usually two things you can do. You can either accept reality and stop doing anything to change it, or you can move away and make her miss you. The decision is yours, because you know what's best for you. But I just want to remind you how a simple rule of no contact can make a lot of difference in how he treats you. Never forget that. Number 3. When he forgets your grades. A real man should always be aware of your worth. He should always remember that she is the best woman ever. The moment she forgets about it, it's time you walked away from her and made her miss you. When he asks you out on a first date, he knows how to fascinate you with all his sweet words. But over time, his behavior changes and he begins to forget your grades. Maybe he's comparing you to other women, or he's pointing out some things you have to change in yourself. No matter what happens, you have to remind him how great you are. And the easiest way to do that is to take a step back and make him see how bad his life would be without you. Let this man miss you and let him realize that he really has a unique woman beside him. So, if he wants you back, he needs to make some changes in his behavior. He needs to appreciate you as much as he did at the beginning of your relationship. If he doesn't do that, he might lose you forever. Number 4. When he starts sending you diverse signals. No woman deserves such a diverse signal, especially from her boyfriend, the person who should be her biggest support. If this happens, it's best to get away from him immediately and make him miss you. You need to show him what it's like to lose someone who is not only his partner, but also his best friend. You don't have to tolerate mixed signals when the only thing you deserve is love. You deserve true love. Love that doesn't make you question anything. You shouldn't chase him and spend your days deciphering his behavior. You shouldn't ask yourself if he still loves you or if he'll decide to ignore you that day. These games are aimed at children and not for couples who are supposed to have a healthy relationship. If he doesn't step up his game and realizes that he can't keep sending you confusing signals, he deserves to lose you. When you drift away and make her miss you so much, here's something else you should do. Making the decision to step away from a guy so he misses you isn't actually the easiest thing to do. It takes consistency to stick to the idea. You can't decide to leave him and run back into his arms a few days later. Once you take that path, there is no going back. Now, you may be asking yourself how to make a man miss you, because just staying away will not work. Of course, there are some things you can do that will have a greater influence on him and will make him realize more quickly what he has lost. So here's something else you can do. Besides the act of walking away, the following actions will get you to your destination faster. It will make it easier for him to realize that there is a possibility that he will lose the amazing woman of his life if he does not do something. Number 1. Stop texting or calling him. When you move away to make her miss you, you should also put down your phone. Get rid of it and assume it doesn't exist. At first, it will be difficult to stop communicating with the man with whom you used to share everything. You will start calling his number several times, and there is nothing wrong with it. As long as you remind yourself that you need to stay stronger than that and not be tempted to do so, you're fine. Phone calls and text messages are not an option. You have to keep them in mind. Right now, you're trying to make her realize that she misses your presence, and that if you keep calling her, she won't have a chance to do that. How can he miss you when you still text him every day, when you've moved away from him? How can she realize that she lacks one of the most important people in her life, when you always call her? In the end, this behavior will only keep you away from it, and that's not what you want. That's why it's important to cut off contact completely until he finally contacts you. Believe me, in the end, it will all pay off. Number 2. Have fun with your friends. The moment you decide to leave to make her miss you, you'll probably feel like your whole world is crumbling. You're used to having him by your side, and suddenly without him, it hurts. This is only natural, and you will lie to yourself if you say that you are fine without him. But that's why you have your friends, who will make it easier for you to get through these times of your life. Have fun with them, because that's the best way for you to stop thinking about your man all the time. You'll miss him terribly, but it's important to make him feel the same way about you. That's why you took the decision to leave, remember? But instead of sitting alone in your room thinking about all the memories you've had together, you need to get out and have fun. You have to allow yourself to continue living your life. This will be a great way to take your mind off things, but it's also a great way to realize that you can afford to have fun without him. If the end result is different from your expectations, and he doesn't decide to come back to you, at least you'll know that you'll survive without him. Even if it's hard at first, you will succeed, no matter what, as this experience has shown. Number 3. Use social media to your advantage. In order to successfully stay away and make her miss you, you must know how to leverage social media to your advantage. It can be your best friend, but also your biggest enemy. Since you won't be communicating at all, social media will be a great way to get your man to catch a glimpse of your life without him. This is his way of entering your current reality that is no longer a part of it. But if you go overboard and make too many posts about how amazing you perform and how you've never been this good, of course, she'll start thinking that all that sounds too good to be true. He will perceive your post as a desperate attempt to get it back, and it's not something you want. So, it's important to use your social media profile sparingly and let him see what he's missing without being too pushy. In this case, you should stay away from quotes that aim to denigrate him and instead focus on things that will have a positive effect on him. That's why you should be free to post your bombshell selfie on Instagram or Facebook. Let him see how amazing you look. Maybe even better than before. But again, don't overdo it either, because he'll start thinking that you're doing it on purpose, and he will not find it interesting, but rather despair. So, make sure you know what you're doing, and don't overly force attention. You need something that will subconsciously make him think of you. Number 4. Live your life as if nothing had happened. When you decide to stay away and make her miss you, you have to stick to your decision. You have to stay strong even when you feel like giving up and chasing after it. Because if you don't, you'll only make him think that you're nothing without him, which will actually make him drift further away from you. What she needs to realize now is that you are a capable woman who can do whatever she wants. You are strong and persistent, and you can definitely continue to live life as if nothing happened. If you let her see that you cried yourself asleep at night, she will start to think that you really need her back. That's when he will wait for you to chase him, and it's not a good thing. But if you go about your days as if everything is fine, and if you don't let him see that all this is not easy, he will be attracted to you again. He will start missing you, and he will have to get you back. One more chance. That's all he'll ask of you. And if you play your cards the right way, you will allow yourself to achieve it. Number 5. Keep yourself busy. This is the perfect time to focus your attention on all the things you've always wanted to do. Right now, you need to keep yourself busy so as not to spend your days thinking about him. Most likely happy memories combined with loneliness will make you attracted to it. They will make you wrong, and that's when you will miss all opportunities to make him miss you. But if you focus on something else and stop thinking about the life you're living while he's by your side, it'll be easier to get through it. Is there something you've always wanted to try? Are there things that always interest you, but you don't have enough time for them? Well, here's your chance to enjoy a new hobby and spend time the way you've always wanted, because that's what will keep you busy. This will help you not think too much about your man, and in the end, everything will pay off. Number 6. Improve your dress-up game. When you decide to stay away and make her miss you, it's best to plan your clothes more carefully as well. Why? Because if you find her in the middle of town, you want her to look sexy and want her to stare at you longer than usual and realize what she's missing from her. Although this advice sounds superficial, because you don't want him to be with you just because you're handsome, it's one of the best ways to get an initial reaction from him. It will catch her attention and she won't be able to look away, which is what you want right now. You want him to realize that he has an amazing woman by his side, but his behavior drives him away. And maybe, if he up his game and realize the woman's worth, maybe he could get her back. I can almost guarantee you that this method will work. As soon as he sees you fully clothed, he will immediately think of you more than usual, and it will make him miss you. Number 7. Let him see that you do not need him to be happy. You don't need him to be happy, and he needs to be aware of it. He must realize that you are capable of going through life without him by your side. Even if he doesn't come back to you, you'll still smile because you're really happy. So, if you meet him in a bar, don't let him ruin your spirits. Don't spend the night thinking about him and focusing too much on ways to impress him. Instead, allow yourself to enjoy the evening without feeling pressure to act a certain way. Do you really think that your job is to convince him of his loss? Or better he realize it himself? If you end up trying too hard to make her miss you, she'll notice. He will realize that your behavior is a show and he will not like it. But if you are natural and enjoy your own life, because you are truly grateful for every second of it, you will realize how amazing your life would be without him. And when that realization awakens her, she'll want you to come back. So, when you decide to step away and make her miss you, remember that the most important thing is balance. There are some things you can do that will definitely make her realize how amazing you are, but if you cross the line, she'll know that you did it on purpose. Besides, if he doesn't decide to come back, you need to remind yourself that it can be a blessing in disguise. Maybe he will leave your life so that there is a better person who can enter him. You never know what the universe has in store for you. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so we can keep making them. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and remember to click on the notification bell. Also, be sure to check out our other videos as well. Thanks for watching.